Hello and welcome back to the Faye Banner Review, where we talk about banners that release at the end of the month and at the beginning of the month and in the middle of the month, but most importantly, we talk about Fire Emblem heroes. Yay! Today, we have a brand new mythic and legendary banner featuring a long-awaited character and another character that should have kept waiting. This is called Subtlety, and as per tradition, I will be using this coveted small line graph that may or may not be small at the end of the day to rank the brand new banner. Today's ranking will be based on how many legendary options IS has left before they completely run out. And if you don't want to run out of content, then make sure to subscribe to the channel so that you don't run out of content. So yeah, go do that. Thanks.
We're breaking my balls.
First up, we have Athos, and after who knows how long, 8 years, he finally got into the game. He's also the first Anima mythic since the brand new Calling Circle update, so you know what that means. You know, at least on the bright side. So anyway, Athos, let's see. Athos has Blessed Aurola, which is a slaying magic effectiveness tome that grants stats to allies, as well as up to 2 special jumps before their first attack if they meet some conditions I don't plan to read. Gets a bunch of stats to himself, true damage reduction, ooh, a special jump of 1, and if he's fighting a magic foe and they initiate combat, he gets 10 extra attack and advantage. He also has a Beyond Reason, which gives him 10 visible attack, defense, and res, extra stats based on A and B. I feel like we've had B before. Like, I know we've had X, and I know we've had Y, as well as Z and A and Q. There's a Q? I didn't even know that was a letter. Oh, right. He also has low attack res, first hit damage reduction, and heals back 7 HP after combat. I would normally put a horribly compressed GIF in this part of the video so it comes off like, whoa, this unit is kinda crazy. But if I were to be quite H with you all, he seems kinda mediocre at best. A 2025 unit that's a mediocre? Why, that's beyond reason. You guys were supposed to laugh at that joke, but here I am having to put a laugh track in the video after I find the sound effect that I barely use in one of my folders that I barely opened just so I could pretend that someone was entertained by that. Like, I could maybe explain the joke, but that also kind of ruins the whole joke anyway if I have to explain it, and now it's just kind of awkward and... yeah... Athos sucks. Unrelated, but when the video is scrolling down to show his skills, you can see the red tome icon turn into a red beast icon, because, screw these characters specifically. Could you imagine if it was like that targeted for like red beast only? Like just one day in the office they're like, I think we need to kill New Year's Caden. That said, I am perfectly fine with that because Neathhugger is a red beast. She can go actually. That would be really, really great. Also, I didn't really touch on it, but he has Vantage specifically against magic foes, which is really funny because I'm like 99% certain they gave it to him just so he could beat Nurgle in the trailer. I'm wondering how often he'll be able to take advantage of his Vantage, because last time I checked, he doesn't have close counter in his kit, which means he also comes with a new special in Frost Moon that's essentially a 4 cooldown special that nullifies damage reduction, grants a special jump of 1 under the worst conditions of all time, and deals 70% res-based damage. But unlike Flare, which sucked and was locked to infantry units and bad and not named Frost Moon, this new special can be put on every mage and it's called Frost Moon and not bad. That said, would it be worth grabbing for a bunch of units? I don't know. Probably, sure. Why not? You probably have a favorite somewhere. I don't know. I can't imagine the special jump will come up that often for many units, but it's still a damage reduction piercing special, which is really good because everyone is currently using unpierceable damage reduction at the moment. Although with how uncommon no follow-up is becoming, the special jump might come up more often than I think. Good luck charging it on the flyer or cav, you idiot. Is there anything else to him that I haven't mentioned? There's Attack Res Discord and Pulse Up Ploy, I guess, but do any of y'all really care about that? I care. And other than that, that sure is Athos. I gotta say, the last thing I think Anima needed was more buffs, but considering all they have right now is Freyr and Hathorn and Mirabilis and a Blessable Neathhugger and, Actually, I realize I don't really care because Emblem Lin just shoots them from 6 spaces away and wins regardless. There's only really one takeaway you need from this unit overall. Brave Felix will wait patiently for his revenge, but only for 3 turns. After that, he will begin his assault. The other unit on this banner is Legendary Ira, and why is she legendary exactly? Listen, I like Ira as much as the next guy who actually played Genealogy of the Holy War, but this is like even lower than the bottom of the barrel. It's like that area below the bedrock in Minecraft. And yeah, we've had Lilina and Nana in the past, but this is a whole new level at this point, which is crazy because if they wanted a genealogy legendary, Lewin and Shannon were right there. Actually, Shannon was in the trailer. He thinks his plot relevance makes him important, but then you got his aunt going like, wrong! Maybe she was supposed to be the asset hero on the recent genealogy banner, but I don't really know. What I do know is that this potentially means anybody could be a legendary at this point, and somebody would have argued that started with Alina, and whoever's arguing that, shut up. I'll see you guys on the next legendary banner featuring legendary Carla or Ursula. Make sure to like and subscribe if you want to see more content like this, and until next— wait, I never went over the unit. Let's see. Ira has Sword of Isaac, which has slaying, stats, true stats, even more true stats, potent follow 100, gets 7 HP after combat, and at the start of the turn grants attack speed +6, potent follow, and neutralize foes bonuses statuses to herself and allies. She also has Crusader's Astra, which is a 2 cooldown speed based special that nullifies damage reduction, grants special jumps on her first attack and every follow-up attack, grants damage reduction, and it nullifies the foe's special on her follow-up attacks.
Sulfuric acid!
Whoa, this unit is kinda crazy. We've been struggling with shield fighter stuff as of late, so a unit that could just give out potent to allies is really great. This means ranged nukes can go from like 0 damage to like 4 damage on a shield fighter armor, and then they could heal it back after combat anyway. Still kinda neat. Ira herself is also a really strong melee nuke because she could beat a Book 6 unit. I doubt her damage output is bad by any means, but it's funny rolling up with somebody that old when newer units will have them fighting the units that released like a week ago. At least Athos fought a Book 8 unit. So did Ira, but it's funnier when I leave out context, but now you know the context, so now it's not funny. Thanks, guys. We did get Marissa recently, so I'm imagining a scenario where Ira can hit 5 times at potent 100, and every hit is also a special because game design, which could be really good. Would anything be able to tank that? Find out next time on Z using mother effing Sharena to beat up everything in the game. Also, with the release of this Ira, it only makes sense this old video looks worse than what it is, but I'll probably change the title. Maybe there's something like How Ira Fire Emblem Destroyed Fire Emblem, or maybe something like The Ira Situation is Insane, or even How the Ira Fire Emblem Insane Situation Destroyed Fire Emblem. Yeah, that works. She also has Excel and Speed Taker, and what's this brand new fully original skill that didn't release on the last Choose Your Legends banner? Why, it's Brutal Tempest, the fully original and not power creep version of a skill that's less than 5 months old. What is wrong with this game? Brutal Tempest and Endless Tempest are basically the same, except they trade out one effect. Instead of getting Dull from Endless, you get Canto Distance +1, maximum of 4, which for all intents and purposes is the Sigurd ring in the C slot. I figured this would happen sooner or later, but it's still crazy seeing it in the game. That means you don't have to use your Engage option on Sigurd and can instead use it on Celica or Marth, which is really cool because Celica can let you warp in and then run away with 4 spaces, and Marth can let you do nothing because he sucks. It makes me wonder if we'll eventually get a skill equivalent to that of the Lin ring, where range units can give up their A slot or something to shoot from 5 spaces away, or some kind of equivalent, which would probably be the worst thing they could ever add to this game. Please, 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 please do what I ask, please. I think that might have been everything worth mentioning besides her legendary status. I'm not talking about her legendary status. And other than that, that sure is Ira. Ayas really looked at Athos and said he couldn't sell by himself. And they'd be right, because who cares about Athos? I like Athos, actually. Like, if they really wanted an FE4 rep, they still could have done characters like Lewin, or Shannon, or Sed, or even Garmado. I made up that last character, but you wouldn't have known that character existed because you never played Genealogy of the Holy War, you idiot. Available on Nintendo Switch, never. And now that we've gone over the brand new banner units, I think it's time we rank the banner on the small line graph that may or may not be small at the end of the day. And would you look at that? The brand new Mythic and Legendary banner has earned a -4 out of 10 on the small line graph. I don't know how to properly visualize this on the graph. Maybe I could just draw an extension here or something, like right here, and then maybe put the image right there, but I just want to make sure it doesn't block anything. And yeah, I think that could work. Yeah, you know what? Let's stick with this. So yeah, bad banner, but despite the lack of quality, you may be wondering to yourself, should I miss a month of rent to go and summon on the new banner? And let me look at you right in the eye when I give my very serious answer. The answer? Potentially. Athos seems okay, maybe, but he does enable the Anima Calling Circle, and his support is decent-ish, so he could be worthwhile. Especially if you need a red beast killer. Meanwhile, Ira is looking to be a really insane melee nuke, and her potent support is really nice, especially since we've been lacking on ways to deal with shield fighter armors, and I'm sure she's going to have a lot of mileage because of that alone. The rest of the banner isn't so bad either, because you have Neathhogger and Marianne sharing with Ira, Celica and Tamara sharing with Athos. Never mind, the rest of the banner is trash. We do still have the Desert banner and the New Year's banner and the upcoming Valentine's banner and potential other banners just to exasperate this point even more, even though 99% of the people listening to this video aren't going to go summon on the previous banners and anything else that I listed that isn't potentially Valentine's. It could be worth waiting though, but if none of that interests you, then you could go away. Why are you still here? Leave. The video's over. Bye.